OK, moving now to South Korea, where the country's spy agency says North Korea has moved some 1,500 troops to Russia to be used in Moscow's war against Ukraine. It said this was the first batch of an expected total of around 12,000 soldiers to be deployed along Ukraine's front lines. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy had earlier told NATO defense chiefs about the Russian North Korean plan during a meeting in Brussels on Thursday. He warned that this would risk turning the conflict into a much broader war. Let's speak to Korea correspondent Fabian Kretschmer, who's been following the story for us. Fabian, great to see you again. So, what did South Korea's spy agency have to say? These are pretty disturbing revelations.
Yeah, they're disturbing, but they don't come completely unexpected. Only a couple of days ago, the South Korean defense minister already stated that he thinks it's very likely that North Korea would either send troops to Ukraine to fight for Russia or has maybe already done so. And also the South Korean president, Yoon Suk-yeol, has held an emergency meeting today and also assessed the situation, saying that he thinks that North Korean troops have already been sent to Ukraine to fight for Putin's army. And now what basically happened is that the South Korean National Intelligence Service gave out really concrete numbers, saying that in total North Korea has decided to send around 12,000 troops to fight for Russia, and that those troops will be deployed using Russian ships, that they will be issued Russian uniforms, and also have been issued fake identities. So basically faking that they are locals, Russian locals, to hide their identity. So these are really stark allegations, and those come from the National Intelligence Service, so the South Korean spy agency.
Fabian, how else has North Korea been involved in Ukraine?
Yeah, it's relatively well documented that North Korea has sent weapons, and really in a large way, weapons to help the Russian army, mostly artillery, possibly millions of artillery, and also short-range missiles. And that has been documented because we know from satellite images the movements of those cargo ships and of those cargo itself. And of course, it's impossible to look inside what's inside the containers, but there are really strong indicators. And we also know from the Ukrainian side what they've been finding on the battleground. Then there are really also reports that North Korea has sent technicians to help the Russian army in using those missiles, so basically engineers on the ground. So I would say that sending troops now is the next logical step in the really ever increasingly closer military cooperation between Russia and North Korea.
And what could North Korea be getting in return?
Well, there's a lot. So first of all, North Korea is really desperate for a foreign currency. I mean, they need money to get their economy going. But then there's also the political or the diplomatic aspect. Russia can give North Korea security backing. And only in June, both countries have basically signed a treaty that is a de facto alliance. So, for example, this treaty says that if one of the two states is attacked by a third party, then either Russia or North Korea has to help each other. That's really a very strong commitment, and that has surprised also many observers. And then what North Korea, of course, is also betting on, that they want military technology, for example, missile technology. And from the point of view of the international community, really the worst case scenario would be that Russia might be supplying North Korea with nuclear technology. So basically helping to improve and increase North Korea's nuclear program. Now, we don't have any document or proof for that, and there are also experts who argue that Russia might not be willing to do that. But I think so much has changed in the last months, and many things have been possible that we didn't think were possible. So this is really a dangerous situation.
Thanks, Fabian, for that update. Korea correspondent Fabian Kretschmer.